Good morning to you. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. This is Odie, and well, off to the races we go for a Tuesday morning. 63 right now, and how bad was the fog on your drive in today?
It was bad. I may have had 50 yards worth of visibility and headlights, like you said earlier, on low beam so you can see. But today is the day that if you've heeded the word of the great Sheriff Anthony Chancellor, stay out of the left lane on a 4-lane highway, because people can get mixed up what side of the highway they're on, and if you're in your left lane, which could be their right lane, it could cause a head-on collision.
Yeah.
Today, stay in the right lane.
Do that. We don't want any incidents as you begin getting where you go. And again, I brought up that about the getting across 4 lanes. Be cautious. That is one of the most dangerous things. It may be better to go up, take a right-hand turn, and then come back down where it's safer instead of crossing all those lanes.
Great point.
So something to keep in mind. And let's go back to radar, Odie, and just look at just how thick this is. As we pull up Honda Meridian radar, it is heavy, thick, and even worse in Clark County as we look here at the western side of Lauderdale County and southern Lauderdale County over to Newton. When you get right in here down 59 at Enterprise, all the way from there to Stonewall, Pachuta to Shibuya, it is extra thick, less than a quarter-mile visibility in some of these areas. So, and this will stretch all the way, look at this, all the way down to Purvis, to Poplarville, to nearly Slidell. There is some. You get into the 2-lane areas here around Central Nell, but we've got some of the worst, and Vicksburg, Mississippi as well. So if you're going south or west of the Meridian area, use caution there. A little bit around Philadelphia. It's thick in areas, and we all know how Highway 19 is as you get past House, that 2-lane road. Do not pass. It ain't worth it.
No, not at all. And leave early. And a lot of our new cars automatically turn on headlights, but there's still people out there who drive older vehicles that don't have.
What are you trying to say, Odie?
That I have no problem with it, and I miss mine. My truck probably it's a 2010. It has. Well, I have to put it on the auto magically done button for
that's kind of new to me because mine, the one I'm driving, is a 4.
Yeah.
I did have one older than that, but I felt like I was moving up there to that 04 model there. It even has one of the buttons still left on the radio. It doesn't work, but
it's still there.
You know, I just don't use that option anymore. I got too much going on with phone conversations and where I'm going, and that just doesn't work up in there.
Yeah.
Bluetooth would be nice.
Oh. Well, yeah, you need to get you a Bluetooth.
Boy, you could turn up the speakers and hear everything, but I don't have that.
One, but he doesn't know how to use it. He can't even spell Bluetooth.
There is nothing worse than having. Grab that little thing over there to your right. You see that?
This thing here?
Yeah, let me show you this. This is what they call one of the latest editions that just apparently broke of, what is this? This is
That's the GoPro Hero.
Right. This is supposed to work off of your cell phone. I took a training class with my daughter. She showed me how. And I went out to use it first time. Guess what?
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Well, I've got one like my buddy Shane says. I've got a No Pro. It's kind of like that. It's got no name. It's an off-brand, but it works great.
Apparently, I'm just not. You're supposed to be able to turn your cell phone on and hit record, and this turns on. Now, could it be that I let the battery run down on it, and that's why it didn't run on?
Yeah, that might do it.
I don't know. So we'll learn as I move along and try to figure out all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, our guest is here. Y'all just wait. We got somebody special for y'all. It's going to help bring this Tuesday morning into life.
Yeah, I'm going to get some singing here in a minute. As we get things rolling. Now, let's go ahead and address this. I want to to face this as we get this. There is going to be a press conference this morning, beginning at 9:30. It's going to be at the Meridian Police Department. And Odie, we're going to say exactly what the Meridian Police Department has given us at this point. Here's what we've got. This is what we're showing. This is the scene of the grisly murder that took place earlier. This happened. We lost 2 lives with this, Miles and Anna Herrington. Today, at 9:30, there is going to be a press conference at the Meridian Police Department. We're going to get details of an arrest that has been made. Now, there's all types of rumors floating around of who it might be. I'm not going to put it out there till I'm 100% sure and been told by the Meridian Police Department exactly a name. I don't want to put false accusations. I don't want to be wrong. Some of the intel I've gotten about all this case turned out to be true. Some of the things I was told as it progressed along were not quite exactly the way it's turning out. So I'm going to hold off on anything that we say official until we're standing there facing the chief and the detectives to get answers with this. Again, there has been numerous things that have been said about this. It's horrible. Who is it? We're going to find out. They are under arrest. They're off the street, where I'm understanding that it was a one person was involved. At one point, I was told there was possibly 2 people involved. I'm being told it's 1. But again, I cannot guarantee that until we are there at the press conference to find out for sure from the police chief exactly who, what, how, and when. We will carry that live at 9:30 this morning. I hope you'll join us as we do this, because Meridian needs answers on all of this. We definitely want the truth, how it came about, who did it, how they did it, the entire 9 yards. That's coming up this morning. We got a lot to cover of things that went on over the last 24 hours. And it's been a heat, from train incidents to wrecks and all of that. We've got that coming up this morning as we get this underway. And again, as we do this, and we know that as one person is arrested, an arrest does not mean a conviction. We need to follow this all the way through until this person is absolutely behind bars and faces a judge. The best way I know to word that. Again, it's the old saying of it, it's not over until she sings. Well, that's what we have to see that is done clearly and done properly on this. Again, press conference coming up this morning at 9:30 as I try to gather my thoughts. This truly has shaken me, and I think it has shaken you as we talked about this of until we knew. We treat everything as if that person was out there. We do know that they're arrested now. It was something for us to worry about. It rattles my soul. It's jarred me, as many of you. I've heard and spoken to many of you throughout the community. I'm worried. Let's hope that this ends with this. And we'll find out more about this beginning this morning at 9:30. We want you to join us. We'll be right back. We've got Daniel House, who's going to be in this morning. And he's going to do some singing for us as we get this day underway. It's going to be a great morning. We're going to tell you about more events that have gone on, all up and coming here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Bring on the amazing colors of spring. Al's Garden and Gift, voted the best garden and gift shop, specializes in beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, shrubs, fruit trees, hanging baskets, succulents, roses, and ferns. Freshen up flower beds with mulches, soils, sod, and pine straw. Also sprouting up unique gifts, candles, pottery, gourmet sauces, spices, and food items. Come try a cool and delicious treat by Ice Cream Factory 2. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Bloom with happiness. Visit Al's Garden and Gift today.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
back.
Yeah.
You're back. We're back.
Again, we'll have a special guest coming in a few moments there as we talk about what's going on today. There's a lot as we'll head down to the police department. I want to say this. I didn't bring this up just a minute ago. This was hand-delivered, and we do appreciate the Senate of Mississippi. As we pull this up, here's the letter here that was given to the family. Senator Jeff Tate hand-delivered this to him the other evening, and we appreciate that. And it reads, as Lieutenant Governor of the state of Mississippi and presiding officer of the Mississippi State Senate, I would like to inform that the Mississippi State Senate adjourned in memory of Ina and Miles Herrington on April the 28th. The motion was made by Senator Jeff Tate. Furthermore, the motion was recorded by the Mississippi Senate Journal and will be permitted record of the state of Mississippi. The Mississippi State Senate extends its deepest sympathy to you and your loved ones during this difficult time. Please know we share in your loss and offer our continued prayers. Delbert Hoseman, Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Mississippi. And we do appreciate Jeff being involved in that and pushing that forward. This needed to be recognized.
This unthinkable, cowardly act
That's what it is.
not only hit right here, but it affected the entire state of Mississippi. And I commend our Senate for doing that. And I as much honor as that was, it's a sad day that we had to take it to that point.
I wish we'd have never had to say their names. Don't you?
But except for the point where we celebrated their anniversary on this show just a few months ago. And now we're having to talk about their life. And it is something that is just, you have to ask God, whatever the reasoning was, I hope that you can allow the family to heal with this, because it is just strictly ultimate horror, Ashley put it. Exactly.
It is.
This is something that is happening in our home, in our hometown, in our home state. And it's time that we stand up and do what we have to do. But I also want to go and say, I commend the work of the men and the women that put the uniform on at Meridian PD that went out and investigated this crime. And hopefully find out some answers at the ceremony this morning, or the press conference this morning, and hope that we can do what it takes to get a conviction. There's an arrest. Arrest doesn't mean anything. It's the conviction that we're looking
That's
for.
correct. That's correct.
And we hope that the Lord puts his hands down and stands with this family and stands with the city as they go through this.
Now, we were also rocked by another tragedy yesterday afternoon here in Meridian, as I got a call that says, hey, you ought to come out here right off State Boulevard. As I got there, the road lined with fire trucks, police officers. I saw your truck there down at the beginning there, as we found out that we had possibly, and I think the word to word this, let me show this, is possibly a drowning victim here in Meridian. We had someone that had fell into the lake there at Druid Hills on the South Lake on the backside there. Two-lane road as everyone tried to get in here, and we do think that it's possibly of a natural cause, an accident. Is what it's leading to this point. Now, autopsies will be done. We send condolences to this as we were trying to figure out who, what, when, and all what went on yesterday.
Prayers for the family.
As I was saying from the shore, as I looked across, and it was a good ways from where I was standing, I thought maybe it was someone younger. I'm hearing that it's possible someone a little bit older, born in the 40s. I don't have an exact year. We don't have a name yet that has officially been released on this, but we'll get that this morning at some point. And again, y'all pray for this family out there. It's heartbreaking for something like this to happen in your family.
It is. It's tragic. And prayers for the couple that was out there fishing.
Is that how they...
Who noticed him. And, it changed their day.
Oh, yes.
And just boy, we need prayers. And Ashley said MPD isn't our problem. Those guys and ladies are working harder than ever. We do know that. And we've got to go with some judges and get them to stand by. And locally, our judges' hands are tied. This goes to the Department of Justice and what we can and can't do now, and the rights that a criminal has. Did y'all hear that? The rights that a criminal has. But anyway,
We'll get to that.
We'll save that for another day.
We had a question about the person who was struck by the train. Boy, this is just one thing after another this morning. I have not officially gotten word from Ward or the coroner as to the identity. I think there's a good chance they may have a lead as to who it is, but I have not been confirmed by Ward. I'll send him. I didn't bother him this morning at 4:30, but I will be bothering you, Ward. Be ready for a phone call on this, and we hope to have information on that, where they are and what they know at this point. So that is up and coming. There's also going to be a huge press conference at what time?
9:30 this morning.
That's going to be in Marion, correct?
Well, now that's going to be, that press conference is going to be at 10 o'clock sharp. We're getting everybody together at 9:45 to put together. But we are doing a ceremony and a ribbon cutting for the new weather radar right here in Lauderdale County. This has been something that we've been working on for a couple of years, and it has finally come to fruition. We have made it, and we will be going live, and we're making a big deal out of it because it is a big deal. Over the last 10 years, just about every tornado that has come through Meridian and Lauderdale County has not been identified on a radar that we use. And that is, in emergency management eyes, that's not good. We've got to be able to see these EF1s, EF2s, because those are the ones that are dangerous when you don't know they're coming. And this will give us eyes at ground level up to 8,000.
We'll have the people from that manufacture this on scene today, right?
They will be here today, and then they'll be here this afternoon. My office and a couple of other offices that are using this radar will go through training to how to read this particular radar. And it's going to be something. We're not going to be able to say, okay, there's going to be a tornado come through this area. But we will be able to start seeing it form, and we will actually see it on the ground.
That's what's important.
This is something we've not had before.
All right, y'all stay close. We got the man in the house, and I say house. Boy, let's show a picture of him before we go to commercial. There he is over there. He's getting ready. He's going to be singing for us. And if you've never seen this young man sing before, he's incredible. He's going to be performing at Full Moon on 5th this Friday night. It won't cost you anything. And this is one of those things when it doesn't cost anything. Y'all need to come out to this because he is talented beyond measure. That's why we've got him here. And we like to have folks that can sing and cut up. He's going to be fun. We're going to let him sing in just a second. Y'all come back. We'll be right back and do all of this.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and as we promised, he's in the house with us, and his name is House. Isn't that just really
I like that. Daniel House in the house.
Daniel, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about you. Pull that mic a little bit closer so they can hear you talk. When you sing, you'll be able to hear you. Pull it on up to you, kind of like so. It'll come on over. Yeah, that's a little closer. How long have you been performing?
Man, performing. I started performing probably 2000, at the end of 2016, maybe.
Now, have you always liked country music, or did you just stumble upon it?
I've always liked it. I bet you listen to it at work on the radio while everybody's working on the job, and you kind of just start to live with them, and
yeah.
And I'm like, man, the more you pay attention, those songs about me, man.
They speak to you, don't they?
Yeah.
Or at least they
talking about me, and are they talking about my grandpa, or they just very relatable.
So as you sit back, who is it that's a country artist that you look up to? You go, I'd like to be that guy. Who is it that you like? Who is it?
John Party.
Who's that now?
John Party.
John Party.
Who's that? Because I'm lost.
What?
He's country?
Yeah.
John, I don't know him.
Wait.
You
Seriously?
Meridian?
What? Is he like traditional country? What's he do?
Well, it's man, you just got to look it up.
You
man.
caught me off guard on that one.
You never heard of John Party, man?
No.
Come on now.
He ever
That's
hung
the
out
first
with?
concert I ever went to was John Party concert, and I liked his music before that, and which is why April surprised me with the tickets. And so,
Yeah. So he's current singer.
Yes.
That'd be why I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
There we
might
go.
be it, huh?
We have solved the mystery.
John Party,
I was expecting something like a Vern Gosdin
I'll
to
tell
come
you.
out.
I'll tell you somebody else that is very, very close right there with him. Probably same neck and neck is probably Randy Travis. I've been hearing Randy Travis since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And my dad had the vinyls, and he'd play that, and I was like, man, I like that.
Deeper than the holler.
Jamie said
yeah.
she loves John Party, and he's kind of like an outlaw country.
I guess so.
Does he
Maybe
sing
so.
anything other than because I'm asking because I don't know. I'm asking for a friend, as they say. Does he only sing about tailgates, beer, or does he expand and have meaning to his stuff?
Well, it's a little more to it.
A little more. Does it have a tailgate in it?
I don't think he mentioned tailgate period in none of his
It's
songs.
coming on the next album.
I don't think I've pretty much binge listened to the whole thing, and I think he doesn't mention.
See, nowhere on your script about this show did it have those questions on there. We
No,
don't
we
have
don't
scripts on here,
You don't have a script.
and it's open season.
It's live.
It's live like Memorex in this place.
As we look at this, I was told that you had a new song out, or that you'd written yourself not long ago.
Yes, American Dream. I give Miss April a little credit on that. She kind of kicked me in the butt and had me finish it. Something I started, and the idea for the hook, the chorus part, came to me one day after I got off work. And I shut the door of the truck, and it was just boom, like somebody poured water on my head. They came to me like that, and I said, oh, man, I got to sit down and write this. I got to write this. And I wrote down what I had, and that's where I'm from, in Hill, in Mississippi.
Right.
And everything about Mama being prayers and all that kind of stuff, man.
Well,
That's just my life.
let's hear this. I want to hear it. This is self-written. How long ago did you write it?
Man, let me see.
Or when you finished it, let me put it that
When
way.
I finished it, it was probably about 2 years ago. So I've been had the song on hold and just, trying to ride out the whiskey and the smoke and the tequila rose, and I said, well, we got to give him something,
And this is it.
Put this out. I got it recorded. Let's do it.
All right, well, let's hear it this morning.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Wake up every morning and I make that drive, punch that clock, put in my time for a little pay. All day until the sun goes down. It ain't much, but it pays the bills. I got supper on the table and a place to live. It's a simple life, that's alright. I got everything I need. It's a hill in Mississippi where I come from. A good old boy raised on shotgun. I was raised in church, got a mama that prays for me. And I know there's folks just like me, pouring everything they got into a American dream. Might have been born on a Texas plain or in the middle of a Louisiana hurricane. Oh, but that ain't where my roots run. You gotta come on across that river, son. There's hills and hollows and big pine trees. Just can't beat the southern breeze. My old man taught me to live off the land. Freedom don't come free. It's a hill in Mississippi where I come from. A good old boy raised on shotgun. I was raised in church, got a mama that prays for me. And I know there's folks just like me, pouring everything they got into a long work week. Yeah, they go real hard, do it for the home team. That American dream. That American dream.
Man, that is
incredible.
That is beautiful.
Man, you done a great job on that. And you say your wife kind of pushed you to finish that?
Miss April did, yeah.
The American dream.
And we all do have that dream of making that. And we appreciate you singing that. And we got more coming up with Daniel, and we're going to talk about some of the places that you're going to be. I hear there's a guitar that's going to be given away.
Yes, sir.
That's a rumor, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can buy tickets and going for a great cause, and we'll touch on that here in just a minute. We got a break right now, don't we?
Yeah, I want to mention this up. I got mention of an accident that has just happened on Windsor Road as we look at this. Right along in here, this is Highway 493. Right here at Windsor Road, there's an accident with no injuries. So if you travel this road here that comes into 493 that cuts across from Pine Springs Road, right here is an incident this morning. And then also we've got mention of another accident in the county also that they're working, I think, up by Norfolk Lauderdale Water Association.
On Mount Carmel Road. Right now, let's just say, while we go on this break, say a prayer. Because right now we need some more prayers.
And when we find out more on that, we'll pass that along also. We'll be right back.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And as you look in the comments, Miss April House, your wife, put a link there for folks that want to find out more about your music. They can click on that on the side there. So you recently got married, is that what we understand?
Yes, October 21st, she got me nailed down pretty good. And beautiful wedding. We had a lot of help, man, and it turned in probably the best day of my life, you know. And
you say that now.
Yeah.
And
me and Odie been trying to give him advice of what's coming.
He couldn't even sing at his own wedding.
Yeah, who did perform at your wedding? Who sang?
I had that was funny too, because you know, like how do you we wanted everybody to sing. You know? Like anybody we know, just come on and play. You know, just make it a jam session. But we had Tyler Sellers from Utah, Alabama, Greensboro, Utah, Alabama.
So what? I have to ask is, what song did you have as? Because everybody, I guess, has their song for the wedding. What was y'all's song? What was it?
There's a song by
I
Drake
didn't put him
Milligan.
on the spot.
I know you probably never heard of this guy, Drake Milligan. He's a very new artist, country artist. He sings a couple beautiful songs, and we picked one. I can't remember which one it is now. But
We'll go back and watch the wedding tape.
yeah, we have to watch this.
I done got the man in trouble.
Yeah, you have.
Whoops. That's like somebody going,
but
what
it's,
color eyes has your wife got? And you go,
They're hazel.
Daniel's going to do another song for us here in just a moment. Y'all stay with us. We're going to get him to do something classic. That's all up and coming here. As we go back and we look at a few things that happened in history on this day, this really hits home with Odie's family. It would be 1904 that it was invented, and then Odie's daddy would go, hey, how about I start one of these in Meridian? Well, it all happened with that little ice cream cone, which would turn into the Dairy Queen in Meridian.
Man, I tell you what, well, growing up, I don't eat a whole lot of ice cream nowadays. I still like ice cream. But now growing up as a kid, boy, I ate some ice cream, especially an ice cream cone. But it's an art.
Oh.
You don't just put ice cream on a cone. Man, you
got a
to
PhD.
build that ice, and it's got to weigh. A small one's got to be
right.
4.5 ounce one. Large is 7 1/4.
But
you design this.
I could see Odie doing it. But you know, the thing about it is there's a lot of imitators and a lot of people, bar none when it comes to ice cream. You can't beat Dairy Queen. That is the fact that ice cream tastes I don't know what they do that's different, but it tastes different than anything that you're going to find anywhere. And I like it.
And when we owned, and I don't know if the formula's changed, and I'm sure it hasn't. Now, without the toppings, the ice milk, it's not ice cream, it's iced milk. It's 94% fat free.
Well,
yeah.
Odie wouldn't tell a tall tale either. Let's go back to 1925, and Daniel may know this. Boy, the classic songs this guy did. One of the biggest that they made a big movie about, John Wayne starred in it. It'd be North to Alaska. We're going north to Russia's Zone. As we go back to remember Johnny Horton, y'all forget that misspelled word at the top of the page. It's going to be all right. Johnny Horton was born on this day in 1925. When it's springtime in Alaska, I'll be 6 feet below. What was the song about the bear? He's wide-eyed.
One orange flying purple.
No. Taking 30 feet a jump. It'll come to me in a minute. But boy, he had a bunch of songs.
Me on that one.
Johnny Horton. And, of course, that all goes back to Merle Kilgore and that whole thing of when he died. Did he come back and actually speak to Merle Kilgore like they said? Was there a ghost involved? He told him he would. And a postcard did arrive. Yeah. Hubba, hubba, hubba. The 1927, it would be the first one of these made. They would put it in West Virginia. Well, there was women that acted ugly, and they had to do something with them. What'd they do? Well, on this date, the very first women's prison started in 27, right up there in West Virginia. A little different up there nowadays. I'll just leave that. Let's go back to 38. This guy was big on TV, and he would marry Miss Mississippi, who later became Miss America in 1959. Y'all remember this guy?
Yeah,
Gary Collins?
Talk show.
Sure did.
Yeah.
If I remember, he died in Biloxi, Mississippi. I think he passed away from cancer, if I remember correctly.
Vaguely now, I see that. So, yeah.
But he was a big time. Boy, this guy, everybody's got that brother-in-law. Well, this is it. Rocky even had one. I think you'll remember him. He hooked him up with his sister, as we go back to remember a guy named Burt Young. He was the guy from Rocky, the brother-in-law. Stood on the sideline. Just got told everybody what to do. I never knew his name.
I didn't either.
1952, this would become a part of most every kid's child. As a kid, I didn't have that many toys. I mean, you just didn't. You didn't get presents during the year like you do now. It would be at Christmas, and every little boy, and back then they distinguished man and female. Well, what am I talking about? Mr. Potato Head. It premiered in 1952 in stores on this date, and they had a Mrs. potato head back in the day, back when we knew the difference.
Now they just have tater head.
Yeah. This guy, his leg would start to jerk and shake, and, well, they made a movie about it, and then Hoyt Axton's mama wrote a song about it. Next thing you know, it's #1 hit, it's #1 movie, and it went down in history as Jailhouse Rock.
Well, he couldn't have come up with any of that if Forrest Gump didn't teach him how to do it.
Well, that's true. That's true. I watched that also. But I mean, look at Elvis on his toes. He was way ahead of Michael Jackson on this. The man had moves like nobody else. Elvis has been the inspiration for many, many a person that got into the singing industry. He was good at what he did.
Oh, and them suits.
As we look back at country music, this would be 1970. A guy named Tom T. Hall would write this song, and I remember a guy named Darrell Dodd re-recorded it. A lot of them did it. But the man who took it to the top of the charts would be known for songs such as The Jogger, Marie Laveau.
Oh, yeah.
As we remember, Bobby Bare took That's How I Got to Memphis to #1 on this. Have you ever performed That's How I Got to Memphis?
No.
No, man. Do you know the song?
I don't know it. But I've heard about
You'll be
this
learning
guy.
now.
I read about this guy just the other day, and that's crazy.
But
Bobby Bare.
How I Got to Memphis. And it's all about how somebody falls in love with someone, and they just follow them no matter where they take them. That's how I got to Memphis. Woo! Yeah. Man, it's stout. It's a country song. That's what it is. Tom T. Hall wrote it. I hope y'all will listen to that sometime today.
Well, Amy gave up the beach for me, so I owe her.
So she walking around singing
me.
That's How I Got to Meridian?
Yeah. Followed my husband.
I'm trying to find words for this. 1945, the biggest sleaze bucket that ever breathed a breath of air on this earth met his maker today. And I certainly hope that it didn't go as he thought it would. I hope it was as bad as it could be. As today, 1945, Hitler would commit suicide. He would be found in that bunker underground. They don't get any worse than that.
You know, I saw, and I hate to say that, I watched a documentary on him, and they found this body that was burnt, and it was not a whole lot left, and that was supposed to be Hitler.
So we're saying conspiracy theory?
Well, no. And then they had somebody else that they found that was dead, and they more or less confirmed that was one of his lookalikes, because he had doubles. And after it was over with and DNA came, they were able to extract the body that was burned and prove with DNA that was him. And the story went with it that he did not want pictures of his body taken after it was deceased. So he killed himself and had himself set on fire.
He was a creep.
He was.
6 million people lost their lives because of him.
Well, he didn't
never forget history. As people try to erase all that, don't y'all ever forget it.
He didn't just burn here on Earth.
That's correct. I need y'all to pronounce this town in Texas that is watching, because I can't pronounce it. Watch a what?
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie, Texas.
Waxahachie or Waxahachie.
Woohoo! There you go.
But Michael Snow's joining. Yeah.
And John is right. Hank Williams and Billie Jean, Johnny Horton and Hank Williams married Billie Jean. That is the woman that Hank would take from somebody. Hank was an original bad boy. As he went to a party and she showed up with somebody, and he walked up to him and said, "She came with you, but she's leaving with me, big boy." Hank didn't take anything.
No,
I know a lot of people watch that don't know a lot about Hank Williams and what he was. The greatest artist probably that ever existed. Hillbilly artist, but he's it. Read up on this guy. The youngest of anybody. Misery was his life. And if you've never had, a lot of people run Hank down. He had back trouble. And if you've never had back trouble, if that won't drive you to drinking, I don't know what will. There was no pain medication that could really make it go away. Scoliosis, I think, is what he had.
That's exactly right.
And it tormented the man. Whew. We go back to probably one of the ugliest mother-in-laws I've ever laid eyes on.
She sure had it.
Man,
man.
This woman's scary. As we remember, it would be 1974 that Agnes Moorehead would pass away. You remember her from Bewitched?
Yeah, and Dora.
She'd scare you now.
You remember Esmeralda?
I do.
You know, she was the goofy
Twin.
aunt.
Yeah.
That couldn't ever get anything right.
No, you sure Esmeralda wasn't the twin of her, and that was a different name?
Oh, well,
I could be wrong.
I remember Esmeralda, but for some reason I was thinking it was the aunt that couldn't ever get anything right.
Well, she did mess things up. I know the aunt you're talking about. I just can't remember the name. Slap Your Knee, if anybody remembers, going back to 1977, one of, well, the biggest country artists. And he also had a music publishing company that would discover Alan Jackson and people of that. Glenn Campbell. Anybody remember Southern Nights? Have you ever? It was number one on this day back there in 1977. I remember listening to Ken Rainey and that AM radio crackling through the speakers of that little car. With Ken playing that.
Agnes.
I thought so. Esmeralda was the twin of, what's her face?
And Dora.
There's Aunt Clara. It was Aunt Clara, I think.
Aunt Clara was the goofy.
She was the
Agnes was the lady next door that was always trying to look out. I think that was Agnes. Because the husband kept saying, Agnes, get in.
We're going to have to look up a sheet of all the cast and members.
Yeah.
It would be 1983, back when country music was really telling stories, when Reba McEntire would hit a number one today. And as she bumps into somebody, she goes, well, you're the first time I thought about leaving. As we go back for Reba McEntire. Boy, what a big hit that was. I like that one a whole lot. 83 was the year for that. As we go back also to 83, I brought up his name just a minute ago. Anybody remember? And Odie probably had the glove and went to prom. Michael Jackson had the number one song with Beat It. Y'all remember that. It was huge. It sold worldwide. As we go back to losing someone that was huge, and they were from Mississippi, one of the greatest blues singers there ever was.
You got that right.
Muddy Waters passed away. He was born in Mississippi, and he would be a legend, still is to this day there. And Odie walks around all the time singing, I'm your hoochie coochie. Y'all just think he does.
Hey, y'all just don't know.
It would be 1990 that Capitol Records would release this, and well, kind of after this, it became the history of this man. He would become the country sensation as Garth Brooks. They released The Dance today. And can you believe that it's been 34 years since that song was released? It's killing me.
You want me to?
I'm getting old.
I'm going to give you an eye roller here.
What?
That's mine and Amy's song.
The Dance?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I remember working for Ken Rainey on 7th Avenue in a big blue house with a big window there, and I was thinking, boy, I sure hope I don't get mugged over here while I'm talking on the radio. That was back in the Z95 days.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that or not. Ken had that.
I do.
Trisha Yearwood, speaking of Garth, it was the song that won't go away. When I hear it now, it makes me want to turn it off immediately because I've heard it so many times. She's in love with the boy.
Well, let me tell you, she is like some wine because she's got a lot prettier with time.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. Can y'all imagine the poor lines that his wife gets? I feel for her. I bet you laid them on thick, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
1992, it would come to an end. We all knew him. He got in a lot of trouble, and there's a lot of people that ain't forgiving him. But back in the day, Bill Cosby was big as the Cosby Show came to an end.
We all grew up with Bill, whether it was the Reading Rainbow as kids, and the pen named Mortimer that we talked about last week.
That nobody else knew but Odie.
So, Daniel, did you ever know Bill Cosby's pen named Mortimer?
No.
Yeah, see he fits right there. Odie, you're living in a
but
dream.
Anyway, he had that. And the Cosby Show, we all grew up watching that.
Yeah. 1994, Faith Hill would have a huge hit as she redone that Janis Joplin Strange Lady song called Go On, Take Another Piece of My Heart. She went number one with it. Y'all remember that? That was the Faith look. That was actually a fan blowing in her hair. Her hair does not look like that, y'all. I want you to know how that picture was taken. We done one on the street corner is the reason we know that. 2000, I never watched this show. Anybody remember Michael J. Fox in a TV show called Spin City? It ended today in 2002. I'd forgotten totally about that show.
Me too.
I didn't get it. As Greg would say, I didn't get that channel. But
Steve has corrected us and got us all in line.
Okay, what is it?
So Serena was a lookalike cousin.
Okay.
She was the mean one, that was always doing the bad stuff. Aunt Clara, she was the goofy aunt that couldn't get her spells right. And then Miss Kravitz, Agnes Kravitz, was the neighbor And then Esmeralda was the goofy one.
Okay, there we go.
Now that we have all got that settled,
I like it there. There's nothing like having a best friend named Crabman. Well, the TV show was a hit. It was big. And it was all about a guy that's stumbling down the road and he picks up a lottery ticket. About the time that he picked up the lottery ticket, he got struck by a car. And he saw that as a sign from God that he should go start doing right. He won $100,000, and he took the $100,000 and he had a list of about this long of people that he had done wrong in life. And he spent the rest of his time looking them all up going, I made a mistake in life. How can I fix it? Who remembers the TV show My Name is Earl? Man,
maybe
I love
need
that
to
show.
Go watch
His
that.
brother Randy there and his ex-wife who ran off and left him for Crabman.
She didn't stick around for the money.
Look, I ain't telling y'all anything, but Earl kind of reminds me of Odie. And if you haven't watched the show, go back and watch it. It is truly
So
good.
now I really need to go watch it.
You do. My Name is Earl.
Is he cheap?
Not as cheap as you. But he was cheap. He drove a El Camino. 2007, we would lose this guy. Y'all remember watching him on Bob Newhart for years. He wore the overalls. He was in other TV shows, but, well, it was the Bob Newhart show in the end where he was the handyman that most people remember him from. That's Thomas Gordon Poston was his name. We would also, I can't believe it's been 2 years since we lost this lady, as we would learn that she lost her life to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. One of the greatest in country music, as we lost Naomi.
My stepson loves them, and I want to say they were able to go to a concert right before all that happened.
Woody says Earl was awesome. It was, y'all.
Well, now, all right. So Shane, if you say it's good, I'm gonna have between you and Scotty Ray, I'm gonna have to go watch this show.
Richard says it's hilarious.
Said it's hilarious.
I am telling you. And Jamie Presley, I think was her name. I mean, she's not a Daisy Duke, but she done okay back in the day for herself.
Well, she looked pretty pregnant.
She was pregnant there.
I wonder if that was a pillar.
It had to be. It had to be. Coming up, we're going back. We got Daniel. He's supposed to do us another song. Daniel House, we're going to learn some locations where he's going to be. This guy is talented. He's good. He's right here from Meridian. We like to showcase folks that are really good at what they do. We'll be right back with more. Your next appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, drop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers. A showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen, Amana, and delivery is available. With a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. and by appointment after hours and weekends.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all of your floral and gift-giving needs. They have everything you need to make those you care about feel special, from a fully stocked gift shop to roses, mixed flower arrangements, and plants. Whether it be a special occasion or just because, remember them in your time of need for all of your funeral floral arrangements. Call on Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts at 601-776-3010.
Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And for some reason, I'm blanking. I'm going to hush because I can't think. I'm going to Google it while we're talking here. But it got brought up with every artist, you got to know something gospel, something, especially being from here in the Deep South.
Yes, sir.
Has that been a big influence on your life?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much some of the first songs I heard was church songs and those gospel songs. And you know, they just kind of, you know, you hear them every Sunday, every Wednesday, and so you kind of grow up with them, you know. And
all right, we put you on the spot, and we're going to narrow it down. Pick out your favorite gospel song. We want to hear it. What do you feel like singing?
So I love In the Garden. I love Old Rugged Cross, but In the Garden is probably my one that.
Boy, Vern Gosden done an incredible version of that, The Voice, and I'm sure you're going to do fine. Go ahead, let's hear this. Let's have a little gospel this morning.
Yeah, lighten us up.
I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the voice we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice so sweet that the birds hush to sing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Daniel House and In the Garden. Alan Jackson also done an incredible. Man, that was great. But
That's all right.
That was
A little hoarse from
beautiful.
singing all weekend, but
I understand.
yeah, I sang Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and got in on the writing session with Dutch and Pounders Sunday. So we shaking back from all of that good time.
So now we know that you're going to be coming up Friday night downtown Meridian as
If it
we'll
don't
be.
rain and the creeks don't rise.
That's
We're
right.
down there Friday.
So where else will you be in the upcoming days?
Okay, so Friday we're planning to do the full moon on 5th, around 6 o'clock, 6:30 or something like that, and then the next day Collinsville Day.
That's big.
That should start around 8 or 9, I can't remember exactly, but in the morning, and should end around 12 or 1, and I think they're giving away a guitar.
And that's what y'all were hinting at a moment ago about being able to buy some chances, help a good cause.
Yeah, so the fire department, Collinsville Fire Department, was lucky enough, and I don't know how they twisted your arm, but they've got a guitar signed by the one and only Daniel House.
Yeah.
And they're going to be raffling that off. Now, let me tell you, you've heard 2 snippets. If you have not heard this man play on stage, Friday and Saturday is your choice, because what he did here was awesome, but what he does on the stage is outstanding. And if you don't think he's going to go somewhere, you hadn't woke up yet, because this man is going to go somewhere. And if you're lucky enough to get this guitar, you're going to have something for the rest of your life. The tickets are $5 a piece, I think, for a chance. Let me tell you, each person needs to go down there and buy $50 worth to get enough chances to get this, because Daniel House is going to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We sure hope so, I tell you.
You working hard at it every day, aren't you?
We work at it, and man, we got a publishing deal right now sitting in our email. It's a writing contract, you know. And,
that is wonderful.
That was one thing in there that I thought about. It needs to be revised. But other than that, I agree with everything else, and I'm probably going to sign it in a few days. And
We wish you luck.
Yes, and publishing and keep going with the artist thing as well, you know, and that's out of Nashville, Tennessee. I got a good group up there I'm working with, and so far we recorded 4 songs, and they in the process of being mixed and mastered and all that right now. I'm talking about Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Caledonia Campbell, his last son. He's the youngest one. He's doing the engineering, and he played drums on one of the records. He also tours around as a drummer with the band Beck.
Well, see, you're working with the right people, that's for sure.
Caledonia is so cool. He's just like us, man. He's like he said, yeah, it's my dad, but me and my sister Ashley, we're the only ones by the same mom and dad.
Yeah.
In his later life, you know. So Cal's probably my age, you know.
Gotcha.
He's probably my
Campbell.
age.
Lots of things happening for this young, and it's not over. We're going to force him to sing one more before he gets out of here. So, y'all, I did want to bring this up. I was at the scene of a wreck incident yesterday. Let me show you this picture here before we go to.
That man's everywhere.
This happened on Highway 45 as we're standing there, and this was an incident, and miraculously, it was minor injuries. But I want y'all to look at this. It's raining. We have a car incident here. Here's one of the cars. As we go across, here's the other car. That's Highway 45 at Cotton Gin. As we're standing there, the alarm goes off, ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling, and Larry Gill's sitting next to me. It's a child that is locked in a car in Marion. And he puts on his cape and he takes off running towards Marion. I said, wait on me. And I couldn't get across the road. So we go back, and as I get there, the child was locked in the car. And the mother had gotten out, and it leaned against the window, a little small, like 2-year-old, and locked the window. Larry Gill somehow or another convinced the child to roll the window down, and they got him out. And this is the scene there. A big thank you to Larry for everything he does for the community. And the fire department showed up to help as well there. So
only mayor can talk a 2-year-old child into rolling the window down. You know, golly.
There you go. That's what went on yesterday. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back with another great Daniel House song. Up and coming, you'll enjoy. We'll be right back. Rock House Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rock House Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Spring is finally here, and at Paris Kubota, we currently have just under 500 mowers in stock. Z-Series 42-inch for only $43.99 cash, or around $86 a month, and we're offering free delivery and pickup. And did you know for only $4 a month, you can also add a Husqvarna handheld to your deal? Come see us, Meridian. We've moved to our new location, 2401 Jimmy Rogers Parkway. Stop by in and find you one of these great deals.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And again, reminding you that we'll be live in about an hour and a half from now from the Meridian Police Department at 9:30 for the homicide press conference. What happens with it, we'll be there to tell you all about it coming up from the police department. Also, following that, 10 o'clock, we'll have another press conference live in Marion as the unveiling of the new radar system to help our community happens. We'll be at both of those. As we've had so many good things happen, we welcome a newcomer here to the show. And first, and I hope it's not the last time that you'll come out and come sing with us.
You know, the last song that he just did reminded me, there was a little child that kind of reminded everybody in the church of me as I was growing up. And the preacher said, hey, son, do you know what God's name is? And the little kid looked up at the preacher and he said, yes, sir, his name's Andy. He said, Andy? He said, that's right, preacher. He said, where'd you get that from? He said, the song. Andy walks with me, Andy talks with me.
Nothing like a towel.
I saw the video you're talking about.
That's pretty cute, isn't it?
I love that.
Daniel, as we get ready for the big performance coming up Friday night, and again, it's free for folks to come out and visit and you hear you sing in the downtown Meridian area. Of all the songs that you perform, what is the most fun thing that you enjoy doing on stage? That's what we want to hear here. What is it that you like? What is your favorite song that you perform? Is it classic? Is it one that you wrote? What is it?
Oh man, it's probably a John Party song, but there's so many, dude. It's hard to nail down one. I mean,
pick something to close
Tuesday
out
morning.
the show. To close out the show, what do you want to do for us here? And of course, we hadn't asked you this before. Now it's kind of like in the spotlight of what you got to do.
It's on the script, as we say.
So yeah, man. Like I say, there's so many that I love. And there's so many songs that I play.
Who was it bringing up Charlie Pride a minute? Do you know any great Charlie Pride songs?
Man, I'm supposed to.
You're supposed to?
You've got to kiss an angel in the morning.
We talked about that.
Let him know you think about her when you're gone.
That was one of his good ones there.
Yeah, I love that song, man. I'm supposed to know it, but I don't know it.
I understand that. Well, pick a song and we'll close the show out. And I hope everybody enjoyed this with Daniel this morning as he sang to us. What you feel like performing here?
All right, let's see. Probably one of my favorite ones to play is, we'll probably play this out there. Let's see. I like Alan Jackson too. You remind me of him in that hat.
Alan he's a good guy.
So he sings a song like, it's probably one of my favorite ones to play. It's full moon on 5th. We'll have the whole band down there, and so you guys can enjoy some guitar solos and some drums and some bass and keyboard. But Alan Jackson does a song like this that I really like it. Don't rock the jukebox. I wanna hear some Jones. My heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stones. I don't feel like a rockin' since my baby's gone. Don't rock the jukebox. Play me some Scott McQuaid songs. I ain't got nothing against rock and roll. When your heart's been broken, you need a song that's slow. There ain't nothing like a steel guitar to drown the memory. Before you spend your money, play a song for me. Oh, here we go. But don't rock the jukebox. I wanna hear George Jones. My old heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stone. I don't feel like rockin' since my baby's gone. Don't rock the jukebox. Play me a country song. Don't rock the jukebox. Play me a country song.
It doesn't get any better than that. Daniel House with us this morning at the Scotty Ray Report. Thank you for coming in and singing with us.
Heck yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you guys. Like I say, full moon on 5th, full band show. That's Friday. If it rains, it'll be Saturday. Collinsville Day, Saturday morning. Got a new song out, American Dream. Be sure to stream that everywhere. YouTube.
And it's in the comments. You'll be able to find a link to it.
Yep.
There's a link there, and there's a few more songs out there. Tequila Rose, Whiskey and Smoke, but American Dream is my latest. You guys find that. I got a movie premiere coming up. I was in a film.
Oh, man.
Losing Hope, Finding Grace. It's a Christian-based film. That's going to premiere May 18th at Hickory Pickin' out in Hickory out there.
Yeah.
And, you guys be sure to get that. Come out there and be a part of that. And stream American Dream. Stream American Dream.
We will do. Y'all check it out.
Repeat.
Daniel House, and a big thank you to him. Odie, we need to do some birthdays and give away this mug.
Yes, we do, because we came in right at the last moment yesterday, and we're not the best. We're men. We don't do a whole lot of this, more than one thing at a time. John David Upton, 36 years old yesterday, but we got you today. Jonathan Pruitt, 38. Junior Pruitt, 21. Nilly Coker's having a birthday today, and so is Tony Marie Kimbrell having a birthday today. And let's see what we've got here. Look at there, John David Upton. I guess since we missed it yesterday.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. So there we go. Man, that is something. So congratulations, John.
All right. We also leave every day with a Bible verse. And have you got a little Bible verse for us that we can pass along?
Man, we do, and there's nothing better than our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And today, 2 Peter 1, verse 3 says, His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. Man, all we've got to do is ask Him to come into our life and lead us into a life of everlasting with Him in heaven. Man, invite Him into your heart today. We ask you to have a wonderful day. Be careful out there today. We've got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. So continue to pray for you and your family, but pray for our town, our county, our state, and everybody. And the Word of God to stick with you from now on. Scotty, we know we love everybody out there, and we want everybody to know that we love y'all too. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you in the morning. Until then, have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.